Delta. We have been informed that the rain will start today. High winds are expected to start tomorrow, and the worst is expected overnight between tomorrow night and Saturday morning. Sandbags will be available at Michael Avalon, and always remember that in circumstances of the weather, things could change. But more important than that, we just urge our residents to be safe. If there are things that you have on your property that can be are movable by high winds, that we encourage you to put them away in a space that they will not be a threat either to you or to anyone else. We need to take any circumstance of severe weather seriously. It is our understanding that the expectation of flooding has been somewhat downgraded, but once again, weather conditions can change. If you live in an area which is prone to flooding on a normal rain event or heavy rain event, then you can expect that you are susceptible to that if the rain does increase and if the conditions do worsen over time. And so we encourage residents to be smart. If you encounter an area where water is stagnant or water is high, be smart, turn around, don't drown. That is always good advice, especially when you consider underpasses where you cannot necessarily gauge the depth of the water. And so with that, I will turn over to our Public Works Director, Dr. Williams, to share some more details with you, and we look forward to hearing from Councilman Tillman as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. As stated, Hurricane Delta will be moving through the city of Jackson probably within the next 48 hours. During that time, we are expecting high winds, probably somewhere between 40 to 60 miles per hour, depending on the pace of the storm. Also during that time, we are expecting probably from 2 to 4 inches that will be falling within the central area of Mississippi. Primarily, it could affect the Jackson area. What does that mean? That means that possibility of flash flooding that could occur during this particular time. We are very concerned about the timing of the storm and when it will be coming through the city. It could be coming through at nightfall. We are encouraging our residents who will be traveling during that time to be very cautious within areas throughout the city, especially areas where low-lying flooding could exist. If you see any any rainfall that is on the streets, that is ponding, and that could inhibit your travel, please turn around, find an alternate route. We will have viaducts closed off during this particular time starting tomorrow in anticipation of the storm coming through the city. And we just ask all of our residents to monitor the forecast and make preparations accordingly as this storm comes through the city. The Department of Public Works will be available during this time, during business hours and after hours on call. In case we are needed, as the mayor stated earlier, sandbags will be available at Michael Avalon till about 6 o'clock today for our residents, weather permitting. But once again, I just want to remind all of our residents in Jackson to be very cautious as this storm comes to the city, and just make sure that you make preparations that during this time that you be safe and very cautious. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. I would also note that we will be in communications with Hines Emergency Operations to support us through this. As Dr. Williams said, that there will be certain areas that will be barricaded. Please respect the barricades. The barricades are there for your safety. Do not maneuver around them. Do not move them. They are placed there intentionally and for your benefit. So we ask the residents to respect those barricades and to not move them. Not only might you not know the depth of water, if water is significant enough, it can move things like manhole covers, and you may not know what danger lurks beneath that water. And so we want people to be cautious and have a heightened awareness at this time. I'd like to ask if Councilman Tillman would like to share some words, and then I'll speak to some measures that Public Works has recently taken in preparation for things like this.
Good evening. I would like to echo what the mayor and the Public Works Director, Dr. Williams, has shared with the community. I represent an area that has great concern, and that is Lynch Creek. I just want to share with the peoples of West Jackson, close to Lynch Street, that's including specific Camelot Apartment, Westland Plaza, Casa Grande, Mederick, Hemway Circle, Jim Hill, all in that area where we generally have problems. Please be aware and alert as the storm comes through. As mentioned by the mayor, I am sure that Hinds County Emergency Management will also be encouraging, and I hope the governor will also be encouraging residents to be cautious and take caution as the storm Delta come through. And I thank you, the media, for also getting the information out to the citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Tillman, and I appreciate the mention of Lynch Creek. In fact, over recent weeks, the Public Works Department has been diligent in their efforts to clear out Lynch Creek. Now, that is not completed, and it is possible that with a significant rainfall, people could still experience flooding. And so we want everyone to be prepared. There are areas across the city that we are focused on how we address the flood-prone areas with various capital improvement projects that we are trying to pursue. Even though we have our eyes on those projects and are working towards those projects, that will not aid you upon this rain event. And so we want you to still take the necessary precautions. And if you are in a flood-prone area, then know that that is possible if this event becomes more severe than has recently been anticipated. If there are any questions, we're prepared to accept them at this time.
Mr. Mayor, can you tell us what city crews are doing right now today to get ahead of the storm prepared?
We've actually started preparing earlier this week, and we have been dispersing our jet trucks to areas that are in the low-lying areas that in order to get some of those storm inlets cleaned out. So that's what we've been doing. We've also, with traffic maintenance, we have put out barricades at isolated areas just in case they're needed, especially at the viaducts, as discussed earlier, so they'll be readily on site in case we need to go out and put them out. So those are some of the vigilant things that we're doing right now. And right now we're just monitoring the forecast. And if more resources are needed, we're ready to disperse those.
Are there any plans for opening shelters?
Yes, and our Constituent Services Division, which we can provide that number, always organizes that effort. We're thankful to our partnerships with the various shelters across the city that work with us in an event like this to make certain that space is available. So that will take place in this event as well. And I'd like to thank the Public Works Department. Upon your question, occurred to me to speak to the fact that they start preparing very early when these type of events are on the horizon. We pay attention to the weather reports. We look at the fact that we have the chance of significant rain, and we start putting things in place. But even as we prepare ahead of time, there are things that can happen that we just cannot prepare for. If the ground is saturated, that means that there's a chance that trees can fall. And so we just ask everyone to take necessary precautions in this circumstance. Any other questions? All right, thank you. And we're praying for everyone, and please support your neighbors in the midst of this bad weather. Thank you.